Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is HD, and it's time for game number 3 here between Alive and Nestea from IPL 4 at the Cosmopolitan, and hopefully you guys haven't seen these matches yet. If you guys have, I apologize. I'll have some different games coming out for you after this set. And let's see what happens here. It's game 3, already a very close series, and I'm actually pretty stoked about it because, like I said, I saw the first game. I definitely know I saw it. Now that thinking back, I don't know if I actually casted it because the second and third and fourth game aren't so familiar to me, and I think I might have stepped off the stage and, you know, just had a nap or went out and did something during the second, third, and fourth game. So these games are actually unfamiliar to me. I didn't get any deja vu, any hints of that in the last one. So this is pretty interesting, for me at least, and we'll see what happens. Alive here, the Red Jaren at the 9 o'clock. And the Zerg player, of course, going to be Nestea over at the right side at the 3 o'clock. The map is Sandshore and Mists. This is actually a nice map, one of the maps we implemented in the Mapmaker tournament, and has a lot of expansions. It is a little bit difficult to secure the 4th base, however, for Zerg, and the 3rd and 4th base actually both very difficult for Zerg. And look at this, a Makarax from Alive. A Makarax, of course, being named after Maka Prime. Maka liked to make a barracks down on the low ground and kind of hide it away from the other barracks so that Zerg wouldn't know what's coming. And let's see, the timing on these two barracks look like they're about, I think they're about 11 and 12 supply, maybe 12-12. I don't think they're too early, but having said that, you know, we're still going to have a lot of aggression here, and Nestea doesn't really know this is coming for him. Nestea's going to want to get some Zerglings out very, very soon. Of course, he has no idea that it's a double barracks play at this moment in time. And one barracks, you know, at a normal location, this is where you usually want to wall off the natural, but the other barracks, though, not really. And this is kind of the power of the Makarax. It's like a hidden surprise tactic, and you hope to catch your opponent, you know, by surprise. One SCV is already scouting inside the base. It will see the spawning pool coming up. Certainly an opportunity here for Alive to do damage, but Nestea seems like he's kind of sniffing this out already, or at least he's got 2 drones ready to block off the bunker harass. Usually Zergs won't put 2 drones there, so maybe Nestea kind of knows. I don't know. Interesting. We'll see if he brings more. He should, and here comes a lot of drones. Wow, Nestea not hesitating at all. He's ready to bring the whole kitchen sink, the whole kitchen, and the living room and the house. And he should. I mean, it is a double proxy, a double Rax, and he needs everything he can get to defend against this. He sees a lot of Marines. He knows now that it is 2 barracks, and he's already been able to kill off 1 SCV and a Marine. However, 1 bunker finishes, and Nestea in some trouble here. He's going to send everything on the bunker. The bunker cannot be repaired except by 1 SCV, as the rest of the units were able to surround the bunker. And Nestea gonna be able to clean this up. Nice job by Nestea. Really well done by the Zerg. And, you know, it almost seems like he had a 6th sense that it was coming. You know, based on how he left 2 drones at the front to block the bunker, based on how many drones he pulled off from the main. Yeah, it really seemed like Nestea kind of knew this was coming. That was really crazy. And really shut down the Makarax. But Alive is still producing Marines. Interestingly enough, he hasn't... wow, that expansion is actually really late. The expansion coming up around maybe 25, 26 supply there. So Alive was really committed to that bunker pressure off of 2 barracks, and he's still producing Marines. So we could have a delayed attack here with more Marines coming out soon. But the thing is, there's already a spine crawler up, and spine crawlers are pretty damn good against Marines. With the crawler up already, I think Alive maybe just taking a peek, and now he's going to have to fall back and play a macro game. You know, unless he decides to all in or something like that, which is unlikely at this point. He needs to get the gas going. He has 3 on each refinery now, bringing 2 more SCVs down south to complete the wall. And going to go ahead and... going to go ahead and play the macro game, which is the right decision. This is what you want to do if you're at this point. And you try to do damage. It didn't exactly kill off as many workers as you wanted to, but the nice thing is that it forced Nestea to produce so many Zerglings. And if we look in the unit stab, he still has kind of 6 Zerglings on the field. But, you know, he produced this many Zerglings, he made the spine crawler, he lost a lot of mining time, and as a result, you know, Alive is actually right on the footsteps of Nestea's supply count, 40 under 42. So he's been doing a pretty good job of just kind of staying on par. And let's see if we can... Nope, that Marine pretty much getting attacked from all angles. There's no escape for you. And, well, you know, Alive is doing a pretty prudent job of sending packs of Marines out to hunt for Overlords, too. Really nice. I like that. Marines are not good by themselves. They're kind of like wolves, dog packs. They need to be together with their pack of dogs in order to really stay strong. And he's sending them out hunting for Overlords right now. And it looks like he's going to be able to find Zerglings instead, which is a nice pick if he can chase them down. And meanwhile, we have a Roachhorn coming up at the natural. Zergling speed on the way as well. Meantime, in the main, in the natural of Alive, it looks like he's gone up to a double factory. Oh, wow, we're going to have Mech coming out from Alive here, and Alive has shown 3 different playstyles now of Terran versus Zerg. You have the all-in Berserker crazy Super Saiyan style, and then number 2, you had the macro sit-back style, and now we're going to have the mass Mech style. So this should be pretty interesting. Going to start things off with Blue Flame upgrade, and typically with, you know, with this kind of style of TVZ, you want to get a lot of drone kills. You want to control the map because you already get a lot of good map control with normal Hellions. Blue Flame Hellions kind of accentuate that. And it's important to be, you know, to be able to do a lot of damage with those. Oh, look at this. He cancels the Blue Flame upgrade in favor of tanks because he saw the roaches. Ah, I see. So, that's the thing. That's the thing about Stefano's style of getting roaches out in Zerg versus Terran. It pretty much shuts down Blue Flame Hellion. And that was actually really smart from Alive to stop the Blue Flame upgrade and go right into tanks. Tanks and Thors here. He might just go into tank bio actually because tanks and Thors are actually not too great against roaches. But since he already made 2 factories, we'll see what he does. He's going to add on the engineering bay now. So I'm inclined to think he might go back into bio mode. And yes, we do have combat shields coming. So he is going to go into tank bio, but he has to be careful because it looks like we're going to have a Roach Baneling from Nestea. Nestea kicking it into high gear here and has a bunch of Banelings coming. Wow. Nestea not hesitating at all. Did I mention he was going to throw the front lawn and the backyard at the same time? Because if I didn't, and he is, this is it. And I don't think Alive is going to be able to hold this off. He has 2 bunkers and a siege tank. He's sieging up right here on the high ground. That's really smart. It looks like he knows that this is coming or something. And he has a lot of tanks. He might actually be able to hold this. Remember, 3 barracks at the front is the best way to wall off against mass Banelings. But there's so many Banelings here. I don't know. This is going to be pretty crazy. In total, we have 43 Banelings on the field, and they're going to go right for the middle barracks. A lot of Banelings dying to the siege tank shots, but they take out 1 barracks. 3 barracks have fallen, including the bunker, but there's just the 4th of July right here. Everything is coming down, but Nestea says, you know what, GG. You have too many tanks and Marines, and I can kind of see, I can kind of agree with that. If you look at the what's left standing here and how much Nestea kind of threw away at the buildings, Nestea basically didn't have anything left. Let's go ahead and just look at that point right there because that was pretty much the game. And how did Alive know that this was coming? Because typically most Terrans would say, hey, I've got a lot of Marines and tanks, let's make a timing push. And you know what, I think it was seeing these roaches here at the front. He never really saw the Banelings though, and maybe, no, he never saw the Baneling nest either, but he did see the Zerglings running out, and he saw, that's how he knew. He saw that many Zerglings coming based on that scouting Hellion, and that 100 mineral Hellion basically saved him this game. That 100 mineral Hellion basically guaranteed that Alive was gonna get the W on this map, and what a genius play right there that was. So the scouting Hellion sees, you know, the Zerglings. He knows that the Zerglings have to be for Banelings, and even if it isn't for Banelings, if it's just a bunch of Zerglings, it's still a threat. So he's sieged up. He's got tons of tanks and Marines, and I don't really think Nestea could have played this out any differently. He was pretty much committed at this point. Let's go ahead and just watch it again, though. You know, he sends the Banelings and Roaches at the same time so he can maximize his firepower. That does kind of mean that his Roaches are going to take a lot of damage too, but look at how clumped up they are, and look at how the siege tanks just go to work. So, there it is. Nestea loses game 3, Alive Super Saiyan mode here, activated. He has won 2 out of 3, and he needs to win 1 more to conclude this series. We'll see if he does. Game 4 is coming up next. This is HD, signing out.